Hello, welcome. Let us discuss about data types in JavaScript. Mainly, JavaScript data types can be categorized into two categories. One is primitive data types. They are basic and they are immutable values. And another type is non-primitive or a reference data type. They are a bit complex and they provide the mutable objects. Let me open the Visual Studio Code and let us start learning practically. Okay, this is the project that we have been working on. If you want to change the theme and color, you can go to settings here, themes, color theme. You can select required color here so that you can change the color of this particular Visual Studio theme. Okay, this is a project that we have been working on. Let me create a JavaScript file here, data types.js. Firstly, we will discuss about primitive data types. They are basic and they are immutable. We will see how they are immutable. Firstly, let us understand what are the primitive data types. First thing is number. Number is any numeric value. Number means any numeric value. Either it can be integer or float. For example, let age equal to 25. If I try to print the type of age, for example, console.log type of age, it should print a number. Let us see node data types.js. See number, it has printed, right? Type of page is number. Another data type is string. String means sequence of characters. For example, let name equal to Raj Kumar. This is a string. If I try to print the type of this name, variable console.log type of name, it should display string. Okay, this is some keyword. I think I can call it as name1. Let us print it as name1. Okay, if I print the name1, it should display type as string. You can see string type, right? This is another primitive data type. Another primitive data type is Boolean. It is either true or false value. Let b equal to true or let c equal to false, something like this. If I print the type of these variables b and type of c as well, console.log c, right, it should display the type of b and c as Boolean. Let us run this. You can see here, sorry, it has printed a value. I need to print here type of c, right? If I print this now, you can see here type is Boolean, right? This is another data type. Another data type is undefined. Undefined means a variable is declared but not assigned value. For example, let z, I have not assigned any value for this. This will be undefined. If I print the type of this console.log type of z, it should display undefined. Let me clear this and run this again. So here undefined. And null is also another data type which is explicit absence of value. It means, for example, let name2 equal to null, console.log type of name2. If I print here the type of null, it would display as a object. The type of null in JavaScript, type of null will be displayed as object. If I clear and run this, it will display as a object. Another data type is big int, used for very large numbers. Used for very large numbers. For example, I will say let big number equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You give some very big number here. So this is a big number I have declared. If I print, so I will print console.log type of big num. If I run this, so it is not displaying a type as a big int, but it is displayed as a number itself. For that, big integer you need to indicate with n suffix at the end. Now let us try to run this again. Now it is displayed as a big int. You can see here Let me clear this and run. Now type is displayed as a big int here. You can see you need to suffix this with a small n. Here n tells the JavaScript to treat it as a big int which can store the large numbers accurately, right? It is important to suffix this n, small n, otherwise it will treat as a number itself. There is one more data type called symbol. It creates as a unique and immutable identifier. It creates as a unique and immutable identifier. For example, let I will call it as symbol 1, sym1 equal to symbol, I call it as id, and similarly I can declare sym2 equal to symbol, again I call it as id. Same description I am providing. But if you try to print here console.log sym1 equal to sym2, then it will be printing as false. It will print as false because even if the description is same, it creates as a unique identifier. Let us run this again. Okay, I need to make it capital S here, symbol. That's why this error. Let me clear this and run this again. See here, false. It is displayed as a false here. You can use this symbol as a property of an object. These symbols are used for creating a unique identifiers, and you can use this symbol as a property of an object. For example, I will call it as let user equal to, I say name Raj. I call here name Raj, which is one of the property of an object, and using this symbol you can create a secret ID. For example, let id equal to, I can call it as symbol of id. Then I can say user of id equal to 1 2 3 4 5 something. If I print here console.log user.name, it will print the username. Similarly, if I print here console.log user of id, it will print this value. This will act as a property of an object, this id, right, which is created using this symbol. Let us run and verify this. You can see this id is printed and here name is printed. This id we have created using this symbol, right, which is a identifier created using keyword symbol. This symbol is useful whenever you want to add a certain property to an object without worrying about the name conflict. This symbol is not very frequently used, but it is useful for your knowledge purpose. Here id is a symbol that creates a unique and hidden property for this object. Also, one of the important property of primitive data types is it is immutable. For example, I will say here let a equal to 10 and then let I can say b equal to a. Okay, it's already declared, so it is giving an error. I can say m. I will let me change this. Let m equal to 10 and n equal to m. Now m value is 10 and same value I have assigned to n. Now if I change the value of n, for example n equal to n plus 10, so this line will not change the value of m. Changes value of n but won't change value of m. For example, here if I print console.log m and console.log n, here m should display value as 10, n should display 20, right? Let me clear this and run again. See here, value of m is 10 and n is 20. Even though we assign a value of m to n and we change the value of n, it is not changing the actual value m. But in non-primitive data types, it will hold the reference. Once you assign like this, if you change the value of n, it will also change the value of m. Here value is copied, but not the reference. That is why even if you change the value of n, m value will not change. We will discuss about the non-primitive data types in detail later, but to give you a better understanding in a non-primitive data types, I will create an object, let person name Raj, age 20, and I will create one more here, let another person equal to person. It means this object I am assigning to another person. Now if I change the value of another person, for example another person dot age equal to 30, I am only changing the value for another person, but what happens here is value of the age for person also changes. For example, console.log person, if I run this again, you can see here age is changed for the person also. Person I have printed here, age become 30, but we have given age value as 20 here, because in non-primitive data type this another person is pointing to the person. But in primitive data type, if we assign a n equal to m, only value is copied, not the reference, right? That is why it is immutable. So far we have discussed different primitive data types. We have also understood that primitive data types are very basic data types and they are immutable. We have discussed about number, and we have also understood we can print the type of a variable using this type of operator. And we have discussed about the number, string, boolean, undefined, null, big int, which is used for printing very large numbers, and we also need to specify suffix n here. Otherwise, it will be considered as a number. And we have also discussed about the symbol, which is used for creating a unique and immutable identifier. And we have seen how you can use this symbol here to add the property to an object. And we have also seen primitive data types are immutable. Here, when we assign n equal to m, it's only value that copied, not the reference. But in case of non-primitive data type, here you are copying a person to another person. When you modify another person age, that this value is also getting modified here. We have seen here name equal to Raj, age is changed to 30 here, but actual value given here is 20. So this is about primitive data type in JavaScript. We will discuss about the non-primitive data type in the next part. Thank you for watching.